Welcome back to the next Gemara share in the latest installment of Gemara Sukkah. We're the fourth class. It's daf base number base. We're going to go all the way till the top of daf Gimel Amud Aleph. So let's start. So the Gemara says, Bishlama, all is well. To Rabbi Yoshia, according to Rabbi Yoshia, Pliga, he argues ad Rab Huna v'Rab Chana bar Rabba, against the opinion of Rab Huna and Rab Chana bar Rabba. To inhu, because they Yohavi, they give shiura, the measure b'mashcha, in the breadth. The ihu, and he loy kayahiv, does not give shiura, the measure b'mashcha, in its breadth. Ella, rather Rav Huna Rav Chana bar Rabba, Rav Huna and Rav Chana bar Rabba, Nema, let us say, behechsha sukkah, with the minimum kashrus of a sukkah, kamifligi, are they arguing? Demar sova, because Sir holds hechsha sukkah ba'arba amas, that the minimum kashrus of a sukkah is 4 amas, 4 cubits, or mar sova, and Sir holds hechsha sukkah, that the minimum kashrus of a sukkah is b'machazekes roshei v'rubei v'shulchanoi, when it is able to contain his head and his majority and his table. That's in the Gemara's question. Loi, Gemara answers no. To kula alma, the whole, or everybody agrees, hechsha sukkah, that the minimum kashrus of a sukkah is roshei v'rubei v'shulchanoi, his head and his majority of his body and his table. B'hacha, and here b'ha kamifligi, in this is what they are arguing. The Mar Sova, that Sir holds machzekes roshei v'ruba v'shulchanoi, that when it's able to contain his head and his majority of his body and his table, piligi, they are arguing. Avol yosemi roshei v'ruba v'shulchanoi, but more than his head and his majority of his body and his table, divrei hakoil, the words of all, that means everyone agrees, kashera, it is kasha. Umar Savar, and Sir holds from his head and from his body and from the majority of his body and from his table ad dalad amas, until 4 amas piligi, they are arguing. Avol yosa mi dalad amas, but more than 4 amas divrei akol kashera, everyone would hold that it's kosher. That's the end of the answer. More ask a question. Meisivei, the members of the Beis HaMedrash asked a very strong question. Sukkah shehi gavoy l'mala me'es me'ama pasula, a sukkah which is higher than upwards of 20 amas, pasula, is invalid. Rabbi Yehuda machshir, and Rabbi Yehuda makes it kosher. Ad arba'im v'chamishim amma, up till 40 or 50 cubits. Omer Rabbi Yehuda said, Ma'aseh, there was an event, there was a story, Behilini Hamalka, with Helena the queen, Belud, in Lod, Shahoisa Sukkah, that her sukkah was Gavoya, in height, Me Esrim Amah, from 20 amas, V'hayu Sekenim Nichnasim V'yotzi'in, and the elders were entering and exiting, Lasham, to there, V'loi Omru, and they did not say, La, to her, Davar, anything, Amru lai, so they said to her, they said to him, Misham Raya, from there, is that a proof? Isha Haisa, she was a woman, Upatura, and was exempt, Min Hasukah, from the mitzvah of Sukkah, Amalehen, so he said back to them, V'haloi, and surely, Shiv'ah bonim havula, 7 sons were to her. V'oid, and furthermore, kol ma'aseha, all her actions, loy asasa, she did not do, ella, only al pi chachamim, through the mouth of the sages. Lamali lemisni, why is it to me to state va'oid, and furthermore kol ma'aseha, all her actions, loy asasa, she did not do, ella, only alpi, through the mouth of chachamim, the rabbis, the sages? Answers the Gemara, hachi ka'ama, Thus is what it is saying. Le'hachi ka'amar lehu. This is what he was saying to her. Ki saimru banim ketanim hayu. If you will say that there were young children, they were young children. Uketanim paturim min sukkah, and the young are exempt from sukkah. Kiban, since the shiva havu, that they were seven. E efsha, it's impossible. Deloi havi, that there will not be behu in them. Chad, one, she'enoi, that he does not tzarech need le'imoi, to his mother. V'chi teimru, if you will say katan she'enoi tzarech le'imoi, that a child that does not need his mother, midrabanon, rabbinically, who he is dimichayev, obligated, v'ihi, and she bidrabanon, with rabbinical things, biblical mitzvahs, loy mishkacha, did not take any heed, did not take any attention. Ta shema, come and listen. Va'oid, and furthermore, kol ma'aseha, all her actions, loy asasa, she did not do, ella, only al pi, through the mouth of chachomim, the rabbis. Says the Gemara, question. Bishlama, all is well. Leman da'ama, according to the one who says, b'she'ein defonos magia sischach, when the walls do not reach to the schach, machaloikas is the argument in the Mishnah. Darka shel malka, it is the way of a queen, leishev, to sit besukkah she'ein defonos magia sischach, in a sukkah that walls do not reach to the schach, mishum, because avira, air, fresh air, ella, rather, leman da'oma, according to the one that says besukkah ketana machaloikas, that the argument is in a small sukkah. V'chi darka shel malka, and is it the way of a queen, leishev, to sit besukkah, in a sukkah katana, a small one, a sukkah katana, a small sukkah? Answers the Gemara, Omar Rabba bar Rav Ado, Rabba the son of Rav Ado said, Loi nitzracha, it is not needed, ella, only, lesukkah, to a sukkah, or for a sukkah, ha'asuya, which is made kitoinis, cubicles. Ask the Gemara, v'chi darka shel malka, and is it the way of a queen, leishev, to sit besukkah, in a sukkah, ha'asuya, which is made kitoinis, cubicles. Answers the Gemara, Omar Ravashi says, Loi nitzracha, it is not needed only, ella, only lekitoinis sheba, with cubicles which is in it. Rabban non sovri, the rabbis hold boneha besukkah ma'aliyah havu, that her sons were in a sukkah of a proper ma'aliyah is a proper sukkah. Havu, they were yasvi, sitting. Ve'ihi, and she yasva, sat bekitonies, in the cubicles. Mishum sniusa, because of modesty. Or mishum hachi, and because of thus, loy amri la davar, they did not say to her anything. The Rabbi Yehuda Saba, and Rabbi Yehuda holds, boneha, her sons, her children, gabah havu yasvu, with her were they sitting, yasvi. Va'afilu hachi, and even so, loy amri la davar, they did not say to her anything. Now we're going to do the Gemara again, but we're explaining the etymological roots and how to translate things. Says the Gemara, Bishlama, all is well. The Rabbi Yoshia, Plige ad Rav Huna. The Rabbi Yoshia argues, the word pelag means to half, be part of something. Palaku to Rabbi Rav Huna, Rav Chanan bar Rabba. Why to inhu kayahavi shiura? They have, the word have is to give, shiura, the measure, b'mashka, in the length. Meshach means the length. Ve'ihu, and she like a yahavi, yahav shiura mashka, she doesn't give a measure in the length. Ella, rather, Rav Huna v'Rav Chanan bar Rabba, nema behechsha sukkah. So the word hechsha, literally hechsha means to be prepared. So the word kosher literally means to be prepared. Hechsha sukkah means within a minimum size of a kosher sukkah. Kamiflige, they're arguing. To Masava, the Sir holds hechsha sukkah about amas. The minimum size of sukkah is 4 amas. So Masava is hechsha sukkah machzekes reish v'shulchanai. The word machzekes there means chazak, which means strength. It also means to contain. Roishai v'rubai v'shulchanai. Translated, we've explained before. Like the kula alma, all the world. The kula alma means the entire world. That means everybody agrees. Hechsha sukkah reish v'shulchanai. Bahacha, and over here, Bahar kamifligi, in this is what they are arguing. Demar soba. Mar, the word mar, is the same as the English word mr, which stands for Mister. It means sir, a title for a man. And interesting, by the way, the Hebrew word, the Aramaic word for a woman is maras, which is mem resh taf, which would be translated into English as MRS, which is Mrs. The Mar Soba, that's the other one. Sir holds, but Machazekes Rosh when he's able to contain his head and his majority of his body and his table. Pligi, they're arguing Avol Bat Yosemi Rosh more than that. Divrei Hakol. So Divrei Hakol, Dalet Hey stands for Divrei Hakol, the words of all. Means everybody agree. Keshera, it's kosher. Mar Soba, Sir holds Rosh from me, Rosh from his head and from his majority and his table. Add Dalad Amas until Dalad Amas, Pligi, they are arguing. Yes, Dalad Amas, but more than Dalad Amas. Dalad means Arba, more than Arba Amas. Divrei HaKoil, the words of. Davar means a word. Divrei means the words of, plural and of. HaKoil, all kasheres and kosher. Meisivei, so the Bnei Yeshiva asked a very strong question. Meisivei means, from the word, a very strong question. I've heard it explained, the word Meisivei is from the word Yosav, which means Yosiv, it means to make someone sit, which means the idea is a very strong question where a person has to sit down and think. I'm not sure, it's a theory, not everyone agrees with it, but I like, that's the way I've always, my Rebbe told me. Meisivei, so they asked a very, very strong question. This, by the way, is in the plural, talking about a group of people. You can have the same word, Eisive, which is talking about a single person. But Meisive means the people learning in the yeshiva that day. It's a very strong question. Sukkah, a sukkah, shehi gavoya, which is tall. Lamala me'esrim amma, above 20 amas, pasul is invalid. Rabbi Yehuda Machshir, Yehuda makes it kosher at 40 v'chamishim amma until 40, 50 amas. Rabbi Yehuda Mas b'Chelina Malka, the story with Hilani and Malka. Hilani is the word Helena. Helena, of course, you can recognize is not a Jewish name. Malka, the queen, Belud in Lod. Shahaisa, that she was, Shahaisa Sukkasa, so that her sukkah was, Haisa is feminine, therefore Sukkasa is feminine, because sukkah is feminine, therefore Haisa means referring to the sukkah. The sukkah was Gavoya, but height of Me'esrim Amma, more than 20 Ammas. Vahayu Zakenim, and the elders, Nechnasa v'Yotzim, were coming, Knisa and Yitziyah, coming in and out. L'sham to them, but Amru La Dava shouldn't say anything to her. Amru La, they said to her, Misham Raya, from there is a proof. Raya is from the word Ri'iyah, which means to see, because when you prove someone to something, he can now see something clearly. Misham Raya, is that a proof? Isha Haisa, she was a woman of Betura min Sukkah, and she was part of the mitzvah of Sukkah. Amalahen, so he said to them, V'haloi, and surely. Now the word haloi is from the word loi, which means not. Hey is a question sometimes. So something means the, something means a question. So like this, V'haloi, and is it not? Shiva Bonim, or was it not that Shiva Bonim, 7 sons, Havullah, worked with her, Va'oid, and furthermore, Kol Maseha, all her actions, Le'osasa, she did not do Ela Al Pi Michachamim, through the mouth of the rabbis. Lama Li, Lemisni, Lama Li means why to me, which means why is it? Why do I need Lemisni to state Va'oid, and furthermore, Kol Maseha, all her actions, Le'osasa, she did not do Ela Al Pi Chachamim, through the mouth of the rabbis. Hachi Kama, as the Gemara says, thus is what we have to say, Lehu, to them. Ki Yisayim Banim Ketanam, how you that she had small children, or Ketanim Peturim in Sukkah, and and young ones are exempt from sukkah. Kiban de shiva havu, since there were 7, I efsha, it's impossible. Now efsha means possible, and I efsha, I means the opposite. It means the impossible. It means it's a negative. I efsha, it's impossible to lo havu bahu, that it was not amongst them chad one she'enoi, that he did not. The word oy at the end means he she'enoi, he did not sarach need la imoi, to his mother or for his mother. V'chi temru, if you're going to say, temru is the word from the word amar, which means to say, but in the Aramaic, when it says the tof there, which means you, the aleph change is moved away. V'chi temru, and if you're going to say, plural by the way, temru, you, plural, going to say, katan she'ena tzarech le'imoi, a child who does not need his mother, mid rabbanon, according to the rabbis, who it is, udemechayev, that he is obligated, ve'ihi, and she, bid rabbanon lo mishkacha, with rabbinical things she did not mishkacha. Mishkiach means someone who oversees, right? Hashem, we say is a mashkiach. So hashgacha means providence, which means mishkacha means she didn't really care about, she didn't really take any heed of. So a mashgiach is one who's always taking heed and watching things and checking things. A mashgacha means she didn't take any heed. Ta shema, come and hear. Ta means come, and shema means hear. V'oid, and furthermore, kol maseha, all her actions, lo asasa, she did not do, ella, only al pi chachamim, through the mouth of the sages. Bish lama, says the Gemara, all is well, leman da oma. Leman da oma, according to the one who says, bish she'ein defanos magias ischach, but when they do not, that means what does not, the defanos, the walls do not, magios, reach the schach to schach, machloikas is the argument, darka shel malka, is it the way of the queen? It is the way of the queen, leishiv b'sukkah, to sit in the sukkah, she'ein defanos magios ischach, where the walls do not reach the schach. Mishum, because avira, because of the air. The same word in Hebrew, avir means air. In this case it means fresh air. Ella, rather, leman da oma, according to the one who says, notice this word leman da oma over here is the same word over here, which is abbreviated. So leman da oma, rather, according to the person that holds the sukkah ketana machlokas, in a sukkah which is small is the argument. V'chi, and is it bedarka? So v'chi over here denotes a question. V'chi, and is it darka, the way shel malka of a queen leishev to sit the sukkah ketana in a small sukkah? Amar Rabbi Brandeis said, loi nitzrecha, it is not needed. That means the whole statement is not needed. Ella, only lesukkah ha'asuya kitonius. A sukkah which is made, they have highlighted the word kitonius. It's from the word katan, which means a cubicle, some sort of small thing within the greater size, in the greater edifice. So kitonius, cubicles. V'chi darka shamalka, the question that still remains, v'chi darka shamalka is the way of the queen, leishev to sit in the sukkah ha'asuya, with a sukkah which is made kitonius, cubicles. Rav Ashi said, lo nitzrecha, it is not needed, only likitonius shabah, the cubicle which is in it. Rabbanon Savri, the rabbis hold, Boneha b'sukkah ma'alya havu, that her sons were sitting in a sukkah ma'alya. Ma'alya is from the word al, which means up, which means the idea of something which is a high value. It's a good one. It's a top level. It's a good one. It's a proper one. Havu, they were. Yasvu sitting. V'ihi, and she, Yasva, was sitting Bekitonias in the cubicle. Mishum tzniusa, because of tznius obviously means modesty. Umishum, and because hachi, this or thus, lo yamri la davar, the rabbis, they did not say to her anything. For Rabbi Yehuda, the word anything I did myself. For Rabbi Yehuda Sava, but Rabbi Yehuda holds Boneha Gabah Havu Yasvi, that her sons or her children were with Gabah, with her Havu Yasvi, they were sitting Va'afilu Hachi, and even so Le Amri, they did not say La to her Davar, anything at all.